Look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're going to go over the menu for next week, which is a Maine lobster boil or a clam bake, whatever you want to call it. This is something that's traditional in New England. Usually the way you do it is you light a big fire, you throw a bunch of rocks in the fire, you dig a big pit, then you throw the rocks in the pit, then you cover the pit, cover that with seaweed, and you create a bunch of steam, and then you throw all the lobster and the shellfish and the corn and potatoes and sausage in there, and then you cover it up and you dig it up and you fight the seagulls off, and then you eat it. And it's delicious and it's amazing, and it's a tradition that's been carried on through New England for years and years and years. But we're bringing you all of those flavors in this meal, a real traditional lobster bake. So we have, to start the meal, we have a beautiful little wedge salad, very traditional, with some cherry tomatoes, beautiful blue cheese, Newski's bacon, and of course little gems. And to finish that, I just want you to squeeze a little bit of lemon over the salad just to make sure that the greens are tasty. A little bit of salt like this here. Some freshly milled pepper, which we're gonna give you over everything. And then you're gonna take this beautiful blue cheese dressing that we've given you, and you're just gonna put it all over everything. This is my wife, Chrissy's recipe. It's absolutely delicious. It's the best blue cheese dressing I've ever had. I ask her to make it all the time because it's one of my favorite things in the world, and we've made it for you so you can enjoy it at home. Thank you, Chrissy. Then let's talk about the lobster boil, because this is the main event. So what do you get? You're gonna get a 1 1/4 pound lobster. You're gonna get beautiful mussels, corn, beautiful little steamer potatoes, and some linguiça sausage. And then you're gonna get these guys. What are these guys? These are the foulest looking shellfish in the sea. One of the foulest looking shellfish in the sea, but they're one of the most delicious shellfish in the sea. And you need to come in close on this because most people don't know how to eat a steamer clam. This part of the steamer clam you don't eat. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this is a little sheath that covers the foot of the steamer clam, and you're gonna pull this off. And you're gonna discard that, you're not gonna eat that. But then you have this, which is one of God's great creations, one of the most delicious pieces of shellfish ever. And then we've given you, along with this whole thing, a little bit of broth. This is a shellfish broth, lobster. And why do we give you that? Well, there's two reasons. Number one, to reheat the whole thing. And number two, because traditionally, when you eat steamer clams in New England, you get broth and you get butter. And why do you get broth and butter? You get the broth to rinse the clam like this, and then you dip it in the butter like this, and then you take it and you go like that, and then you go, and then you repeat it. It's seriously, it's like one of the most delicious shellfish in the world. And by the way, the mussels would be upset if they saw you doing that to the steamer clams and you didn't do the same thing to the mussels. They'd be pissed. So dip the mussels too, and then dip them in the butter, and then eat them and go, oh my God, it's delicious, and repeat. And then you can do the same thing with the lobster. And we're not gonna be dainty about this. There's no reason to be dainty. This is a shellfish boil. You should be eating this on the beach anyway. You probably don't even need forks and knives. Do what we did, lay some newspapers out on the dining room table. Or better yet, eat it outside. And then do this, eat this, just like, remember the movie Flashdance, Jessica Biel? She took the lobster out of the shell and she dipped it in the butter, and then she ate it, and it was very seductive. And anyway, this is what you should be doing at home with your significant other, with your best friends in the world. The deliciousness of fresh New England seafood. Do the same thing with the potatoes. Take the potatoes and just smash them in your fingers like that, and then dip them in the butter, and then dip them in the broth and eat them. And they're delicious, and I guess I don't need dinner tonight. It's just amazing. I'm sorry, I got so carried away eating all of this stuff and enjoying it so much that I forgot to tell you how we're gonna ask you to reheat this.
Lobster boil, take 2.
You know, really, it's pretty simple. You're gonna take this lobster broth that we gave you. You're gonna bring it to a boil. Then we're gonna give you all the shellfish in a little aluminum tray like this. You're gonna take that broth, the hot broth, pour it over the top, cover it with aluminum foil, which we're also gonna give you a sheet of. Pop it in the oven until everything's hot again. Should take 5, 7, 8 minutes, something like that. Then pull it out, bring it to the table, plop it down on the table, and go to town. Pour off the lobster broth so you have it so you can dip your clams and your mussels and your lobster and everything in the lobster broth. And dig in, enjoy, roll up your sleeves, get messy. That's how you enjoy it. You're also gonna get Parker House rolls that Mac made, absolutely delicious. And then the pièce de résistance, you're going to get a blueberry hand pie. Everybody's had a hand pie before at one point in their life. If you grew up in New Jersey like I did, these came in the little wax paper sleeves. They were called Tasty Cakes, and they were pretty good. We were happy with them when we were a kid, but this is an adult Tasty Cake. This is an adult hand pie with beautiful Pudwill Farms blueberries, glazed with a little royal icing, and then there's this little whipped creme fraiche right here that you can dip the ham pie into. And then don't dip it in the lobster broth or the butter, just only the creme fraiche. Oh my God. Mac, that's really good. Did you try it? I mean, I know you did, but so good. Anyway, that's the story from here in the Providence kitchen. That is the En Voyage for next week. We hope you enjoy it. We hope you're doing well. Stay safe, wear a mask, and we'll see you when this is all over. Thanks very much, folks. Yay!